Good day, everyone. My name is Jenny Velasco, the last reporter of Lesson 13, the Teaching with Visual Symbols. And my topic is all about the kinds of charts, graphs, and maps. But let me first discuss the kinds of chart. The first is organizational chart. It shows how one part of the organization relates to other parts of the organization, or it is a visual representation of an organization structure showing the relationship and relative rank of its parts and position. So, mo ni siya ang organizational chart. So, nakita ninyo, no? So, dira is makita nato ang relationship and relative rank or ang ang ilahang parts and position. So, dira nato makita ang mga tao kung unsa ilahang mga parts ana nga school or ilahang position. Next is Gantt chart. It is an activity time chart. So, or it is a schedule, task, or timelines of a activity. So, diriya is makita nato ang activity nga naka-schedule siya, no? Nana siya schedule kung kanus siya buhaton, ang task or mga bisag unsa nga mga activity. So naa na siya schedule kung kanus siya himuon or i-perform. So next is the comparison and contrast chart. It is used to show similarities and differences between two things, people, places, events, ideas, and etc. So, ang comparison is mao ni siya ang pagkaparihan nila o kalahian between two things. Other example is when you're creating a Venn diagram. So, Venn diagram is butang nato dira ang ilahang similarities and differences. So, mo ni siya ang comparison and contrast chart. The key frame question of this chart is how are they similar? How are they different? So, muna siya ang comparison and contrast chart. So, next is the Pareto chart. It is a type of bar chart prioritized in descending orders or magnitude or importance from left to right. It shows at a glance with which factors are occurring the most. So, in other words, this bar chart is containing a line graph. It is represent individual values in descending order using bars. And now let's move on to the four types of graphs. First is pie or circle graph, recommended for showing parts of whole, or it is a visual way to display data where a circle is divided into section, with each section representing a portion of the whole of or often expressed. So, mo ni siya ang pie or circle graph. And kanang naka-divide nga with different colors is mo na siya ang ginatawag nga section nga na ay mga percentage or the data. Second is bar graph, used in comparing the magnitude of similar items at different times of seeing relative sizes of the parts of a whole. So, mo ni siya ang bar graph. So, example ani is mo ni siya ang number of students nga ganahan sa color nga red, green, blue, yellow, and orange. So diri nato makita kung asa mas ganahan ang mga students nga color. So unsa ila kung kinsa ang no kung unsa nga color ang kanang mas favorite sa kadaghanan o unsa pod nga color ang kanang dili kaayo favorite sa kadaghanan nga na siya. The third one is pictorial graph. Make use of picture symbols. So kani siya nga graph is gagamit siya og mga symbols or any symbols. Example is mao ni siya ang number of students nga nakapasar ani nga mga subject. Fourth is line graph, a graphical display of categorical data that is used to show trends over time. Or this is the line graph nga diri sa kilid is mao ni ang number of students, sa babaw is the school department, then sa baba is ang number of departments. So diri nato ma-show kung pila ka students ang nag-enroll ana nga department. Now, let's proceed to graphic organizer. You meet several graphic organizer in your subject, principles of teaching. Here is another graphic organizer, an information organizer. So, mao ni ang graphic organizer. So, diri is naka-indicate diri ang topic, main idea, the importance of details sa topic, and the questions. So that is the graphic organizer. And now let's move on to the kinds of map. Map is a representation of the surface of the earth or some part of it, according to Dale 1969. There are kinds of map. First is physical map. Combines in a single projection data like altitude, temperature, rainfall, precipitation, vegetation, and soil. Next is relief map. Has three-dimensional representations and show contours of the physical data of the earth or part of the earth. Next is commercial or economic map, or also called product or industrial map, since they show land areas in relationship to economy. Next is political map. Gives detailed information about country, provinces, sites and towns, roads and highways, oceans, rivers and lakes are the main features of the political maps. Now let's proceed to the map language. Map language skill shows how much of the actual Earth's surface is represented by a given measurement on a map. The skill must be shown so that the map reader can use the distances and areas shown on the map in measuring or figuring out the real distances and areas on the Earth's surface. So the first map language is symbols. Usually a map has a legend that explains what each symbols means. Some symbols represent highways, railroads, mountains, lakes, and plains. So each symbol daw sa map is naa siya meaning or history nga nagrepresent ani nga mga following. Next is color. The different colors of the map are the part of the map language. So the question is, what colors represent the bodies of water? What about the contours of the earth and railroads, highways, and other cultural features? Next is geographic grids. The entire system of these grid lines are called grid lines. These grid lines are called meridians and parallels. A meridian is a north to south pole line. Parallels are lines drawn around a globe with all points along catch line with an equal distance from the pole. Longitude is the distance in degrees of any place, cast or west of the prime meridian. Latitude is the distance in degrees of any place north and south of the equator. Now let's proceed to the understanding maps, graphs, and chart. What should what should you do to be successful in reading maps, chart, and graphs? The following steps will be help. First is read the titles and subtitles. They will often tell you the purpose of the graphic materials and may provide a clue to its main idea. Second is read the key or the legend and the skill of miles whenever any of this is represented. These items ordinarily appear on maps. Third is read the information shown along the side of the bottom of graphs and charts and table if any. This will help you understand what quantities or qualities are being presented or what comparisons are being made on maps. Notice how the different parts of the map are related to each other. Fourth is determine your purpose for reading the map, chart, table, or graphs. Fourth is determine your purpose for reading the map, chart, table, or graph. So that would be all my report, and thank you for listening.